Here's a conversation that you wouldn't think would actually need to be had, but I've got really good vision and really good hearing, and my sense of smell kind of matches it. And one thing I'm very short on is when somebody has a bad body odor. Now, there is some allowance to that sort of thing. Like, I'm not exactly clean right now. I just gotten, home a little bit ago from the factory. That's understandable. And being in the factory, everybody's sweating and dirty and everything. That's understandable. But when you can tell someone just has bad hygiene, it's a whole different thing. Sweat is not all that bad. It's sweat that sets. That's the problem. And I don't understand that. And it just, to me, I feel attacked. I really do. I feel attacked. If somebody walks by me smelling bad, it's like they've thrown a punch at me. It just upsets me because I can smell it so well and I know exactly what I'm smelling and why I'm smelling it. And it's grating. It bothers me more than I think it bothers a lot of people. And it offends me. I know there probably had to have been some times in my life where I've whipped around and looked at a stranger like I wanted to kill him. I don't have that kind of tolerance. And kind of going along with that is this weird thing about hair, well, just hair in general on the entire human body from head to toe. It is a weird thing how people are with hair. There's the, I don't really want to start with women because it's kind of expected, but that's the way it is. To be fair on this, you'll see women who are trying to be rebellious and you'll see them having armpit hair. It's like, why are you doing that? Because that's the most common area. Well, it could be. It oftentimes is a very common area for body odor. Why are you trying to increase body odor? That's weird. How's that rebellious? It's a strange thing in general when it comes to body hair. Because then you shift over to men, and men will demand that women get rid of it, and then think that somehow it makes them extra manly to hang on to it, which is a strange thing. And then you have the argument that if you do get rid of it, well, there's something perverted about it. It's like you're trying to look infantile or childlike. As though that's the only difference. That's a weird, I actually had, years ago, I had a conversation. I actually seen a couple of women make that sort of point. If some man is specific about, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I think most people know what I'm talking about here. Getting rid of a lot, let's just say a lot of body hair. They act like there's some kind of weird perversion, like there's some sort of interest in children. Like that's the only thing that keeps them from looking like a child. That's weird. And it's not even that anyway. It's looking like is one thing. It's what are you? If you're an adult, because somebody underage, technically, it's possible for them to look more like an adult. It's possible for somebody that's an adult to look like a minor. The problem is, what are they on the inside? They're of age or they're not, and that's where the perversion comes from. And I don't know how body hair is even connected to it. But I will say this. You can't reasonably, if you're a man, I'm not a fan of body hair at all. Okay, you can do what you want. I wouldn't try to enforce anything on someone or bully anybody into anything. But I know what preferences. If I could snap my fingers and get rid of all of it, I'd be gone with it because it's. I'm not attached to it. I know it sounds a little funny way of putting it. But if you're, and I don't care for it on women. That's just my preference. But if you make that demand of women, they have an equal right to demand that of you. There's no gender preference here. That needs to go away. That's nonsense. Doesn't matter how you feel. I get how you feel, but you can't enforce that on a woman. Like, you've got to get rid of all this, but I'm going to hang on to it. I don't want to go through all that. I'm going to hang on to it. Furthermore, if there's women who can actually grow facial hair, They're perfectly entitled to keep it. And they're perfectly entitled not to pluck their eyebrows. They're entitled to have short hair or no hair or whatever. Anybody can do whatever they want with their body. Now, my issue is the whole point of this is why. I think you have the right to do it. I just don't understand why you do it. Some things I understand, whether I like it or not. Trouble I've had, my hair is always a mess anyway, and it's thinning back here. It's not thinning as bad as it looks like with these camera angles, but it's pulled back some, and it's thinning there in the back. And it's just, I've never been particularly good at styling it. I've had a few good moments. But I can understand how male or female, whatever, I can understand just buzzing it all off and just having a whole bunch of toupees or wigs to put on. I get it. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I haven't done it. But I get it. I get why somebody would do that. And with me, I'm not a fan of facial hair. I don't know why. This weird thing about beards. And it's only recently. There's this huge gap where there was zero interest in beards. Zero. 20, 30 years at least. And then all of a sudden everybody's walking around like they're somebody from the woods or something. Gigantic ZZ Top beards. It's the strangest thing. To me, it's almost funny. I don't know why anybody does that. I remember having a conversation with a dude, and I'm talking to him. He's got a big old long beard. And I'm trying to talk to him. The beard catches the wind and it just starts doing this. It's like, do something with that. That's just weird. Why are you going to hang on to something that makes your life more difficult? And it does. Like when I'm not good at staying shaven, when this grows out and starts to stand out, I can literally see it out of the corner of my eye. And it starts holding on to food and stuff like that. You got to put extra attention. You got to really scrub to get grime out of it. And bumps start to grow. And I don't know why anybody would just put themselves through that. It starts sandpapering your neck up under here. And then God only knows up under here what it starts, as it gets longer, what it starts hanging on to. I just don't know. You're the right to do it. I'm not trying to tell you don't. I'm not trying to take that away from you. I just don't understand the choice of it. And some people have gotten weird about it. It's like, just have your beard and be quiet. But now they got to talk about it. It's the strangest thing. We've had some weird cultural things in this country. I don't know about other countries. But the United States, weird cultural bumps. It's like, I would compare it to how people are with motorcycles. It's just a vehicle. But they can't do that. They gotta have their black leather and everything in their helmets and their skulls and all that. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you dressed up like Ghost Rider? It's strange. Just do something and enjoy it, and stop making it weird. People can't do that. But that's just something I had to point out about the whole hair thing. I don't know why people do that. For me, I end up being more practical myself. If it gets in my way, it's got to go away. Simple as that. You almost could make it into a rhyme. Otherwise I would have longer hair. It makes my head look a little smaller. I can't manage it all that well. And it seems to get thinner too. So I look like one of them guys that tries to grow really long hair to cover up the fact that up here is almost none. It's like Riff Raff or something from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then you have these guys that are just gigantic beard, bald up here. It's like, you would be trying to compensate, would you? It's just the strangest thing to think you could roll your beard up in a door, in your window. You hit your window in your car and your beard gets stuck in it, or that you get in a fight and somebody can actually grab you by your beard and just start delivering punches to the face. It's a strange thing. People get hung up on weird things, and I think people haven't developed enough as people, who they are, to the point they just have to pick up on these weird little gimmicks and just set on them, talk about them all day. I can't imagine that. It's why I've always been. To me, I would compare it to for a long time how people have been with beer with alcohol. Let's just say that mostly beer, and the other thing I'm not sure I can mention it on YouTube or not. Let's just say it has the name of Peter Parker's wife. Okay, you can't just do it and shut up about it. You got to talk about it. You got to mention it. Everybody's got to know. And it's the weirdest thing. If you tried to talk about, if you even tried to talk about cigarettes that way, people would look at you like you're weird. If you tried to talk about a soda that way, as opposed to, beer, people would look at you like you're weird, because it is weird. Just do something and stop making it weird. Stop making it your full identity. But I can't figure out these people walk around with a bad hygiene. It's like, don't you smell yourself? Because I can remember, it hasn't happened in a while, but it used to be, I would average, I don't know why it would happen, but I would average like once a year, if that. Some reason I would forget to put antiperspirant or deodorant on. And I would know almost immediately. And then I'm going all through the day just trying to keep my arms down. Trying not to let anybody get too close to me, because I'm the first one that can smell it. So these people are going around, how do they not smell that? And I can remember I've had bad hygiene moments throughout my life here and there. I can remember a time, it's been ages, been a long time ago, but one time I went, as bad as my teeth have gotten here and there, you'd think I've done this a lot. But I went, I think 4 days without brushing my teeth. When I woke up that last day, I don't know how people go without brushing their teeth. The only way I can describe it is, it was, I'm trying to think of something that's not going to get me pulled off of YouTube. My mouth tasted the way a gas station bathroom smells. I mean, when somebody's been in there blowing it up. And you got to think, these people that just consistently don't brush their teeth, they've got to have that going on all the time. Just chunks of stuff in there and just... It's like the hygiene thing, the antiperspirant deodorant thing. I mean, one day, it's one day, just instantly knew it, instantly noticed it. Do you just get kind of blind to it? I don't know how that works out for people. And I know there's, sometimes mental illness can play in. I know that I'm not going to give myself an A+ as far as hygiene goes. I know there's some improvement that can happen here and there. But as I was about to mention there, depression, it can mess with you. Just one day going to the next, and nobody's that close to you, nothing matters, and it's hard to make yourself commit. I've managed to do it, but I would be better definitely if I wasn't single. I will say that. So there's some allowance to it. But the level that people go to, and you get around people, I don't know how it transfers to that. But, anytime there's some kind of mental illness or trauma or something like that, you got to let somebody off the hook to a certain degree. But if it isn't, it's like I mentioned about the public restroom thing. Unless there's some kind of illness, something like that, do your worst stuff at home. Don't make everybody else experience it. To me, that, again, it's almost like walking by somebody smelling bad. It's almost a physical attack. It's one of those things that I can't stand. I don't know how anybody could be that inconsiderate. If you got to go, you got to go. But get yourself trained to where somebody can walk into a public restroom that we're all forced to use. We don't use it because we have to. And you walk in there and it just ruins your day. I don't understand, especially a workplace. Because, a lot of, left-leaning people say something like, boss makes $1, I make a dime, so I own company time. You're not just on company time, you're on your coworkers' time, and you're making them experience it. So there's a few things to keep in mind. Be clean when you go outside, when you go out and get amongst people. And stop being ridiculous about body hair, either keeping it or getting rid of it. It's dumb. It's dumb putting that much thought into that sort of thing. People can have their preferences. I have my preferences. Stop making it into something else. If a guy gets rid of all his body hair, it doesn't mean he's, doesn't say anything about his sexuality. It doesn't say anything about him being perverted. If somebody prefers that on the whatever gender they're attracted to, doesn't mean anything weird about it. And you can't force somebody to do that. They have to do what they like, what they're into, what feels good for them. But other than that, stop making small things into big deals, and just, make sure you're clean. Don't assault other people's senses. Simple as that.